and hello to you today. Yes, this is a picture of my feet because this is the way I normally start out my videos for my garden. However, a lot of this is going to be stills because I'm going to show you about converting the one bed that I had last year that was covered up with a tarp and the kiddie pool where I had the air pruned tomatoes and basil plants sitting. That area of the garden was a raised bed that I had used years ago, but I covered it up so I could kill off some of the weeds. And then for the last 2 years, I haven't had anything there. I've just had pots. Well, this year I'm converting it to my Hugelkultur lasagna back to Eden version of a raised bed. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. These are some pictures so it'll remind you of the area of the garden that I'm working on. Some will be stills and some will be my recording in the garden. Understand that you can do many things in your garden to help your vegetables grow and to help nourish your soil. This is just one method that I am using to do that. Enjoy the video. Okay, this particular bed has been covered with the blue tarp, and it had pots on top of it, and it had the kiddie pool last summer. So I suspect there's really no life underneath, but there may be because there's been plenty of leaves under this the whole time also. So I will be using it to create a hugelkultur bed. Okay, update. And I am tired. If you can see, tree roots, tree roots, lots of tree roots, all in this bed. So it's taken me a while. I need to break through the listen to me, tree roots. And so I'm getting more than enough exercise. So it's like, well, I don't need to go to the gym today to get any aerobic exercise. But I've been taking my time. So I got this part cleaned off, and I'm pretty much all the way down to the dark clay because this is black clay soil underneath here. So I've gotten most of the dirt and stuff that I had put into this bed before. Now, this bed is kind of like that bed when I was digging it out, in that there's nothing living in it. There was a couple of grubs I found, and that was all. Other than the tree roots. Okay, my battery died. Anyhow, so there's no grubs. There's no, I mean, there was a couple grubs, but no roly-polies or worms or anything in here. So it's pretty dead, but I expected that after it'd been covered with tarp all this time. But I truly did not expect all of these tree roots. Anyway, that's the update for now. So that's it. One of the things that you do after you put down the cardboard is to layer as much wood as you can. In my other Hugelpulcher beds, I've taken the old firewood that I didn't use and it was rotting and getting, really It wasn't something I wanted to burn in my fireplace. So I put that at the bottom of the bed. Now, I recently had my oak tree trimmed, and there were some really big limbs, and then I had some old wood. So here I am adding all the branches that I can, because what happens as the wood starts to break down, it becomes spongy, and as it becomes spongy, it will hold water. And that's the idea for me here in this garden, is that when it rains, I get to absorb as much of that water as possible in the bed, in the wood, in all those leaves. Everything that's decomposing will hold some wood. So I don't have to do artificial things like perlite or vermiculite in the bed in order to hold water. Actually, all the wood, as well as the wood chips on top, all of these are designed to hold water for you and to decompose and also add nutrients to the soil. After I got all the woods down, and this isn't a picture of all the wood. I've filled in all these spaces with as many pieces of branches and things that I could. Now this next layer is actually the branches that had leaves on them. I didn't allow them to take away the wood after they cut it down. Just leave it in my yard. I'll take care of it. So now I'm putting all the thin branches and breaking them up, and they have leaves on them. But before I put these branches on, and I didn't take a picture of it, I took some of that dirt that I said had no life, and I put it in around the wood and watered it in. So I've got dirt filling in spaces, and now I'm putting the branches on top. And as after I put the branches on top, I'm going to water it down really good, and then I'm going to put another layer of dirt. So what happens is this, the dirt actually helps this stuff to break down, and then life is going to be coming into this dirt as the microbes from the plant life, the green stuff, the branches and the leaves come in and start breaking down. And that dirt is going to become really great. So here's a picture after I've added some more dirt over those leaves, and now I've watered it down really good. I've soaked it in really well. So those branches and things, and as I added the dirt, they got, smashed down some, but it's there, and now I've watered that down. So now for the next layer. This is lots and lots of hay. I've got lots of hay on here. And people talk about don't put hay on because it's got grass seeds. Well, as you'll see in a later video or so, that I get more seeds from the straw than I've gotten from this hay. Now, maybe later in the season this year, I may sing another tune, but right now, the hay is not giving me grass growing like the straw has. Again, I will water this down a lot in order to let it soak into the dirt and start its decomposition. I thought I'd share with you some of my compost that I just dug out of my no-turn compost pile. So I went down to the bottom of the pile and stuck my shovel in and just started digging out. And this is nice compost. All right, this was near the bottom of the pile. It started out as grass and leaves and um, household vegetables and that kind of stuff. And that's what I got at the bottom of the pile. I also got some acorns and a couple of the sticks that didn't um, break down yet, but I put sticks in so that there's some pockets of air inside of that compost pile. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's going to go on that pile after I put some of this dirt back on top. So this is the dirt that came out of it. I've been pulling out big oversized tree roots for a while, but I'm gonna leave those roots in. I'm not gonna try to get them all out. And then I'm just gonna put that on top and put some compost on. I've got some mushroom manure and some other things that I'm gonna put on top. So first I'm gonna put some of this dirt, a lot of this dirt back on top, and then I'm gonna put compost and mushroom manure and sheep manure and that kind of stuff in the top layers, and kind of mix it in with this stuff. All right. Okay, I'm kind of worn out, but I got a lot done. I can't get away from the leaves, of course, but I've got now 90% of the dirt from the blue swimming pool. I've moved the blue swimming pool to the other side. Still has some of that dirt in it, but I think it's going to become, I don't know what I'm going to plant in there, maybe greens of some kind, but it'll have dirt in it this year. It's got drain holes so it won't get soaking wet and all that kind of stuff. But let's see. So got the dirt in, and then the rest of the dirt that was left in that blue tarp from last year's sweet potatoes, I put that on top because, as I told you, it has a good humus, and I found red wiggly worms in it, so that'll help this pile decompose. What I plan to do, all right, is to go to Walmart and buy a couple containers of red wiggly worms. This is what happens, the noise when you live on a corner lot on a busy street. Anyway, so I got that in, and now on top of that, I put the container of compost, spread that across the top of this. The next layer is a layer of sheep manure, and I kind of mix the sheep manure with the compost with the sweet potato dirt, and just kind of mix them all together here on top. So that's what you're seeing now. Now, the great thing about me is that I don't throw away any opportunity for free stuff. So in this bag, I'm hoping, when I open it with the scissors, but it's heavy, it is filled with wood chips that I got last year. I think it's either wood chips or ground up leaves. Whatever it is, I'm going to mulch this top of this with that. Now you're seeing this really high right now. So that bed where I got all the pots on top and the cauliflowers growing in the back was really high last year in March when I built my first Hugelkultur bed. So it'll shrink down, just like this one was really high and it shrunk down. Now those are all my potted, getting my seedlings done. Found a couple spots on YouTube that talked about using the bottles to start your seeds, and then I got really good. At work they had a Valentine's Day kind of thing, and they had cupcakes, so I took the cupcake container. So that's right there, and that one right there is a cupcake container, and so is this one that's got my what do I have in here? Marigolds in this one, nasturtiums in that one, and this third one over here has my Brussels sprouts and cauliflower leaves. Yes, I've got some Brussels sprouts things going, but I decided I had the seeds. I might as well try them. So back over here to this Hugelkultur bed. All right, so I'm gonna put the wood chips on top. And yeah, in that in that sweet potato pile, I have a sweet potato root. I just think I'm gonna pull it out and put it somewhere else, but because I've got my sweet potatoes starting inside right now, so I got a lot of stuff. I don't even know where I'm gonna plant all this stuff, but I'm thinking that this particular bed is probably going to start out with peas, because I'm going to plant those the next time I get an opportunity. So hopefully that's Wednesday afternoon or Thursday. I'm going to plant some peas in here, and that'll get them started. And then as they're growing, I think this is going to be the pepper bed this year. And this bed is going to have tomatoes, and that's all I think right now as I'm trying to plan where I'm going to plant things. I work hard. Yeah, I don't keep notes like other people. Hey, that's why I have a YouTube channel, right? That I can, lay down, and I'm scientific, but I'm also sometimes fly by the seat of my pants person. But I know my garden well enough that I know that I should be able to put tomatoes here. This is a new bed with, a lot of things in it. So the pepper plants did well over here last year. So I'm going to try them in this new bed. And then I'll decide where my banana peppers are going to be, and the other cauliflowers. I think the other cauliflowers I'm going to plant right here in this same bed with the 2 cauliflowers that made it through the winter. So I got a new set of 6 cauliflowers that I'm going to plant. So I'm going to do, or let's go around here. See, I've got 2 cauliflower plants here and a purple cabbage there. So I've got another one of these, so I may put some in here. Oh yeah, so what's in this one? I've got cucumber melon. I decided melon cucumber kind of thing. Black rum tomato seeds and corn. All right, in this particular one, looking to do seeds. So we'll see what happens, right? I tried corn in that one container last year, so we'll see. Now these 2 containers had tomatoes in them last year, so they're not going to have tomatoes this year. We'll just decide. Or if I do decide to put tomatoes in them, I'm going to dump out the dirt. I may put this dirt in that blue swimming pool. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put this dirt from these 2 pots and this pot into the blue swimming pool, because it's still good dirt. It's just that, it had the tomatoes in it last year. And this is my peppermint that's coming back for the season, and that's my spearmint. So I've still got good things going on.